On page 942, we've got the idea of a class hierarchy. This is going to be 15.5. And really what we're saying is if we've got multiple classes, C, B, and A, if C inherits from B and B inherits from A, I know it's going backwards, but I think you guys are okay with that. What is going to happen is that because our lowest class on the hierarchy here derives from B, and because B derives from A, so long as they are declared public, which is something we're going to be seeing again here in the code in just a minute, that the public and or protected, depending upon again how they were declared, members of B are accessible to C because C rather inherits from B. That also means that any of the public member functions from A are available to C because B inherited from A. Now, that all is a lot of words. What does it really mean? We're going to look here again, and this is going to be one of the code samples again, at our idea of a graded activity. We have a pass-fail activity, which inherits from graded activity, and we're going to have a pass-fail exam, which inherits from pass-fail activity. So what does that really mean? Things like set score are going to be available to our lowest derived class, which is going to be pass-fail exam, because it is derived from pass-fail activity, which is derived from graded activity. And all of that sounds really nasty, doesn't it? But it's really not that big a deal. So we all of us have last names, and our last name very probably was inherited from our parents' last name. Now, their names were inherited from our grandparents' last names, and that's how that comes down the chain. The idea here is the exact same thing. So the thing I want to point out here, and this is on page 945, this is a little bit misleading if you just look at the chart. Please don't just look at the chart. Understand the following thing is true. And we'll look here at 15-3, member functions of the pass-fail exam class. The access, public, and inherited, no. If you only just look at this table, that's really gonna mess you up. The reason they're not inherited is because they're declared here in the pass-fail exam class. But this stuff down here is where the really interesting things happen. So the pass-fail exam class has access to set and get score, because set and get score really are parts of the graded activity class. But because the graded activity, or the pass-fail activity rather, class inherits from graded activity, the pass-fail exam has access to those member functions. So when you trace these, you can see that our lowest derived class, who has derived from a class that already derived from a class, those public member functions are inherited down the chain to our lowest derived class, in which case this one is pass-fail exam. So we're going to see it in action in the code samples. It sounds worse than it is. It is just like our previous name example. You have a name because your parents had a name. They have a name that was inherited from your grandparents. That's the way that works. So that goes down the chain, so long as they are, of course, public and not protected or private members. which again is academic and you're not going to see it again here in our examples, but I should mention it.